So I'm going to start by cooking some potatoes in the fire. And I have foil here. And I'm going to make little foil packets for them. So I have some red potatoes, little ones, just little ones. And we cut them in half lengthwise. And I open up some foil. And I'll add some in here to create a packet. Basically, you want enough to have a serving for each person who is at the fire pit for raclette. So I have that. Then I'm going to add some garlic. Oh, you're going to do one for me? Thanks, Rand. And some salt seasoned sea salt. I think I'll add just a teeny more garlic. Do you want some garlic for yours? Here you go.
Okay.
Guys that love cooking on your knees. And you need salt. Put some salt. Okay. And some fresh thyme. And you can take the leaves off, but I'm just going to put the whole little sprig here. And some pepper. We need some pepper. Love this. Ooh, that's so, let's see, then some olive oil. Where's olive oil? Aha, it's right here. I'm just going to drizzle a little olive oil over the potatoes. And some on yours. Okay. And a little pimenton. Pimenton is smoked paprika from Spain. And I've really enjoyed using it, especially because I'm a celebrity chef on Atlas Ocean Voyages, and we're going to Spain. We're going to make several stops in Spain. I'm trying to get this out with my fingers. And so this smoked paprika from Spain is just going to be, I mean, I'm going to experience this many, many times. So that'll give a nice little smoky flavor and a bit of depth to the potatoes. And then I'm going to fold up my packets. So I do mine this way. I don't know how you do yours. So fold these up. And the fire has some really beautiful coals in the bottom. And so we're going to use those coals to bake these. And you want to leave a little thing at the top so that you can grab them. Oh, look how fancy. You put me to shame, dear. Oh my gosh. This is the thing. When I cook with Randy, I just never know what's going to happen. And most of the time, if we have anything in a foil packet, it takes the shape of a bird. But this time he did, I don't know, what is it? Can you put those in?
It's a pineapple.
Pineapple. That's great. Love it. I'll do one more while you're doing that and just stick that in. So anyway, Randy's going to put these into the coals where they will cook really quickly. So I'll add one more little packet. And you want the potatoes to be small because what we're going to do with raclette is we're going to take a wedge of cheese and we're going to put it on a cast iron, like an individual little skillet, and put it near the fire, not in the fire, but near. And as it melts, then you take your soft potatoes and fresh vegetables and apple wedges and sausage wedges and baguette and all of that, and you just scrape off and put that onto all those yummy things. And then you just take your little skillet and you put it back near the fire again to let the cheese melt some more. So, potatoes, salt, pepper. Love that. You're supposed to go over your shoulder or something, I don't know. And let's see, garlic. We're gonna give this one lots of garlic. And thyme. And pimenton. Oh dear, I may have already put this in too tightly. This one's going without pimenton. And olive oil. Beautiful. And then fold up the packet. I'm so predictable. Mine's going to look just like the last one. Okay, and I have my little spot here so Randy can get it into the fire with the tongs. Thank you, dear.
And we're putting it on the coals, but the other thing I'm doing, I'm putting it on the edge. So you get heat both on the fire and the rocks have gotten hot over time, so you're getting heat reflecting from the rocks back to it.
I didn't know that. That's really good. So you're getting double, double the heat.
You're getting direct heat and indirect heat.
And indirect heat, kind of like when you cook ribs. When you
right.
cook ribs and have indirect heat, which we'll be doing this season. So, okay, I love it. So we're gonna let those cook, and then I'm going to make some mulled wine because it's just fun. And so I have a saucepan. Now this saucepan is titanium coated, so it actually will take a very high temperature heat. You would not be able to do this with a regular saucepan. You can do this with cast iron, however, and that works great. So I have this one, and I'm going to get a bottle of wine. So
which we just happen to have.
We just happen to have. Oh, this is Freak Show. How fun. This is Freak Show Cabernet Sauvignon. And this is a great wine to do this with. And this is a Michael David Winery wine. Love it.
And especially if you're having guests, the label is fun and the campfire is fun.
It is. I mean, look at this label. Is that the coolest? It's circus themed. And everything. I've talked with people from Michael David, and I had someone here for dinner a couple of weeks ago. We had Jennifer here. Everything on the label has a meaning, and that's what's really fun. Later in the season, I'm going to have one of the co-owners of Michael David Winery here. We're going to have Dave. So you go ahead and pour your bottle of wine in. Woo! Fun. And then I'm going to add some mulling spices. Now, these come, ooh, yummy. Oh, that's so yummy. This comes from Melissa's Produce in California, and they're just really, really good friends. And they always give me whatever I need in fruits and vegetables and all. And they said, oh, let's give you some mulling spices for this. So I have some candied ginger, and I'm going to add that in. I have some brown sugar. This is about a 1/4 cup. I think I will put in maybe a couple of tablespoons worth. Beautiful orange slices. Look at these. Isn't that pretty? And so I'm going to add some orange slices to this. So in the mulling spices, that's cinnamon chips and cloves and allspice and all kinds of wonderful spices that you think of when you think of the fall, when you think of baking and apple pies and all that kind of thing. Well, I can hear those potatoes sizzling. I'm going to add in some honey. So we got some Little Bear honey here. We'll put in a couple of tablespoons. There's one. That's a very sizable 2. And, ooh, cinnamon stick. I'm going to add in a cinnamon stick. In fact, I'll stir with my cinnamon stick. again, like Randy said, I mean, this is just really fun when you have people over and you want to do something really different. And he can even say, okay, I need you to make the mulled wine, and can you do these things, add these things in, and it gives them something to do. So Randy, if you put that over the fire for me, please. And we're going to heat that up until it's good and hot.
Yeah, again, I'm putting it off to the side to heat up so I'm not over the hottest spot.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit about fire safety when you're doing a fire like this, Randy, dear?
Yes. We have a super safe fire. We have a outer ring. We have logs, but then we have all dirt around the fire ring itself. We have rocks, and then we have a pond. And we always have 2 buckets in case we need them, so we can fill water and put a fire out. And when we aren't directly at the fire, but you have to be around, then we have a cover to keep any sparks from the fire from getting out.
But one of us or a guest is always at the fire. We never leave it unattended, and that's just really, really critical, because it only takes 1 spark to start a forest fire. So, and the other thing is, when you put the fire out, Randy will dump buckets of water on it, and then he stirs it with a shovel, and then he adds more water again, and we never leave it until it's completely cold. And the coals have to be cold, because if you have little embers in there, it only takes 1 spark to set everything off. So, so whether you're camping, you know, you're just going camping for the weekend, or maybe you're going to a cookout, but you're going to do a live fire. I'm going to stand up, the smoke's getting me. Woo! Then you want to make sure that you are, that your fire is completely out. It's just being responsible. And and that's what makes camping fun. Because then when you do that, then you feel good about when you've had a great time and then you've left. And it is fun sitting on the big logs and doing all that. And we've had our times where we've gone off camping, gone hiking and camping overnight, and we've had our fire and all. But Randy's always been real good about putting them out.
It was one of those peak moments in life.
The olive oil and caviar tasting was life-changing.
Our guests can go ashore and immerse themselves in some of these little out-of-the-way places.
Atlas spoiled us.
Yeah, they did.
Generally speaking, they use a half wheel of cheese. And the cheese that is used by the Swiss and many Europeans has now become known as raclette. But then so is the process of making raclette, and that's what we're doing. So we're not using raclette cheese, and I'm sure not using a half of a wheel, because I mean, that's a heavy kind of thing. So instead, we're just using some beautiful Car Valley cheese that's going to melt so beautifully. I believe this is Fontina, and it's going to have this wonderful nutty flavor. It's going to melt beautifully, and you put your cheese on a cast iron skillet that has a handle, and put it near the fire, not on, but near. And as it melts, you begin to scrape the melted cheese, and you put all those fabulous ingredients that we've brought, like apples and sausage, and what else do I have here? Oh, I have baguette, and I have peppers and all, and you just scrape it right onto those and nosh. And it makes a fabulous cocktail party in the woods. So I'm going to get that started.
And I'm going to take these potatoes off of the coals and just put them on the rocks to remain warm.
Okay, do you think they're all tender?
Yes.
Oh good, because the potatoes will be part of the raclette enjoyment as well. So I have one of the cast iron skillets, and it's like this. You could use it to make Mexican food and all, but I think it's going to work great for raclette Colorado style. So I'm going to put one of these cheeses on. Let me go ahead and use a knife to help with this, to peel it a bit. Don't you just love my in the woods table here? It's kind of, there, let's try it that. It's a little wobbly, but it works. And you know, if I got too, civilized, it just wouldn't be nearly as fun. So half the fun is dealing with what you've got. And in this case, I have a log that's a little bit crooked, and that's okay. So I'm going to put a wedge of cheese on the first one. And I'll do the same, let me find a spot for that. Do the same with my second one. Oh, that one peeled easier. And put that on. And you want to put the thicker part where it would be nearer the fire, and your thinner part toward the handle. Randy, would you put this please near the fire?
Okay.
And I'll give you the other one after you've done that one.
And it's near the fire, but not directly over.
But not on. And here's the other one. Thank you. Oh, the other thing I have for my raclette is I have some prosciutto. I thought that'd be kind of fun. You get that saltiness from the prosciutto and a little bit of fats and all in with the cheese. That should be really tasty.
So how do you know when the mulled wine is ready?
Well, first of all, it needs to be stirred. And I have a ladle here for stirring. Okay. And you know it's ready when it gets really hot. And of course, you can always take a taste and also know if it's ready. Should we do that? Take a little taste. Oh, it's beautiful flavor.
Is it hot?
Oh,
yet?
wow. It's warm. It's not hot yet, but it's warm, but it's already absorbing the flavors. Want to taste? Oops. We banged heads. Isn't that good?
Very good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's lovely. Okay, so that'll be ready soon.
So
I think you should move the cheese a little closer to the fire at this point.
And should this be moved in?
I would move it in just a little. And at this point, this is where you sit down on the log and just kind of watch things happen and enjoy nature, the beautiful trees. We have, the sun has set and the sky with the clouds kind of turned color for a while. Let's see what they're doing now. They're a little bit gold. Oh, I see a jet stream. That's pretty with the sunlight on it. That's really pretty. You never know whether a deer is going to emerge and just show up at the campfire. Oh, I see cheese melting. And it's all those things that make it so fun and relaxing. Relaxing. Okay, let me put that here.
So
Well, I want to check the potatoes too.
You can see steam coming off the wine.
I thought that was smoke. Let me see what the potatoes are like. I'll open one of these and see if they are softened. I could hear them steaming though. You could hear almost whistling. I did not open your pineapple one. Ooh. Oh, look, it's steaming inside. Let me get this knife. They could go back in for a few more minutes, Randy. They're almost ready, but not quite. Do we have some cups so we can have some of our wine? Oh, thank you. The smoke is making my eyes water. Oh, listen to them again.
Yep.
You can hear the sizzle. Oh, and the cheese is starting to melt here. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Look at this. See, it's nice and soft inside. Oh, it's time. We could actually remove one, and I'm going to jump behind so I can work on the log. And, oh, yes, it's melting all around the side here. Oh, this is so fun. I'm excited.
And would you like a
Oh, we do have a cup. Good. Okay, I'm glad that those logs aren't any bigger. I'd never make it over.
So look at that. It is melting.
Oh, it's melting. It's gorgeous. Oh, this is so fun. So I'm going to take a glove as well because I cannot grasp this. It's going to be too hot. I can hear the sizzle. I'm going to bring it up to me so you can hear the sizzle of the cheese. Oh, that's so cool. I love this. Thank you, Swiss. The Swiss people. Okay, I'm going to take some of the prosciutto and a piece of baguette. Some pepper. Let's put a red one there. Ooh, apple slices. These are Cosmic Crisp. The sweetness and crispness of the apples can be fabulous with the cheese. And this is summer sausage. You can use whatever kind of, cured sausage that you like, or cured meats. Oh, you're doing one too? Okay, I was going to give this one to you. Thank you. And then I'm just going to move my cheese back a little bit so that I have all this melted. I'm going to come back and sit on the log to enjoy this.
And would you like some mulled wine with it?
Absolutely. But first I'm going to have a bite of this. My nose is dripping because my eyes are dripping all from
the cheese is melting.
Oh, it's wonderful. Just don't put it on your lap. It's going to be too hot. Look, 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 look.
I'm putting mine down here.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is like stretchy cheese on a pizza.
It is.
This is so good. So good.
So look at that, without a knife.
Yeah, I know. Traditionally, you scrape the cheese with a knife and then onto various things, but this works really well all by itself.
Yeah, just use my...
Isn't that fun? Can you picture this on an autumn evening when it's chilly and the leaves are starting to turn and you have some friends over and you sit around in your jackets and just stay warm and cuddle by the fire and eat raclette.
Oh, what else is good? If you need to melt your cheese, just bring it over, put it on the fire for a minute.
Yep.
And you're ready to go.
Okay, I'm gonna get what happened to my hair. Get some of this mulled wine. And look, all the oranges have turned color and the pretty cinnamon stick in there. Do you have another cup or shall we share?
I believe we're going to share.
Oh, I love sharing. That's good. Wow, that is hot. Look at that.
And look, a table.
Oh, and a chair. Wow, I didn't realize you'd done some redecorating. Oh, this is really good. The Freak Show is actually a very good wine for this. Here, try this. And while a lot of times mulled wine is done with a white wine, I really like the more robust flavor of a red wine for this, particularly when I'm doing something like raclette. And yes, cheese, generally you think, oh, a Sauvignon Blanc, maybe a Chardonnay, but more a Sauvignon Blanc or something like that with a lot of acid. But in my mind, when you've got the fire and you've got the sausages and the cheese and the outdoors and all, a red wine just seems to go better to me. So I want to try some of the little pepper here. Oh, and see, my cheese is starting to congeal again, so it's firming up. So I'm going to put this back on the fire. So imagine sitting around with some of your best friends and doing a raclette. And you could do it on a grill. I could see doing this on a like a kettle drum kind of grill, don't you think, Fran?
Easy.
And you could just in fact, you could put your chairs around it, and everybody has one of these kinds of cast iron pans of their own and make a raclette. Or you could do a large cast iron and have like a communal type, and everybody dips in from their own little bowl, peppers and bread and apples and things like that, like a fondue. Okay, this is starting to melt again, so I'm going to grab this because I really want to try it with the peppers. I've always loved entertaining. I mean, I just always have. And finding creative ways to entertain, to me, is just the optimum. When you can provide an experience for somebody, not just a meal, but an experience. Oh, look at this. Is this one? How high can I go? I just think that, you know, it makes a really memorable occasion, and that is so fun. Oh, it's really good with the pepper. Have you tried it with pepper yet? Oh my gosh, it is really good. Here, have one of mine. And I want to try it with my Cosmic Crisp apple. This is so good. I think I did that first, but I had to have it again. It was really good. So this is kind of almost like fondue campfire style, without getting into the whole fondue pot and forks and all.
But what you haven't tried yet, or
the potatoes.
potatoes.
Thank you.
And they're going to be pretty hot by now, I think.
I would think so. It's going to be fabulous with all that garlic in there and the herbs. Thank you for remembering. I was so focused on what I already had. Ooh. Oh, it's pretty. It's like a little bowl. Look at that. Got my potatoes. You can see that the little thyme sprig has kind of toasted there. Look at it's going to be hot. Let me see if I can hold this up. Look at the color of the potatoes. It's roasted on the outside. So, okay, let's give it some cheese.
Boy, they're hot.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that's good. Oh, wow. We gotta do this again, but we have to invite a bunch of friends. This is so fun. Boy, is this good. I could see even doing the whole thing, just potatoes. Of course, I've always loved potatoes anyway. Well, shall we take a little break and heat up their cheese again? Okay, and we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Cosmic Crisp apples are a cross between Enterprise and Honeycrisp varieties, which makes this non-GMO apple extra juicy and beautifully crisp. Sweet and naturally slow to brown, I love them for snacking, baking, cooking, salads, and charcuterie boards. I'm proud to have Cosmic Crisp as a sponsor of At Home with Christy Rost.
Thanks for joining us today at our live fire ring on At Home with Christy Rost, where great food, beautiful wines, and warm hospitality are a tradition. I'd like to invite all of you to connect with me on my Facebook and Instagram pages. And I want to especially thank our sponsors, Atlas Ocean Voyages, Cosmic Crisp Apples, Micah David Winery, Tovolo, Viking Culinary Cookware, Water and Wines Puzzles, Little Bear Honey, Salt Seasons, and Tip Tech. We'll see you next time.